How's it going, guys? I hope you guys are all doing well. Today I thought maybe I should share with you something that I've been inspired by ever since I was a kid, and that's playing the flute in the style of Jethro Tull. Now I gotta say, Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull was really the pioneer for playing the flute in the context of rock and roll music and writing music that incorporated the flute as one of the main instruments that became quintessentially the Jethro Tull's signature for some of their most memorable songs. Now, I think Ian Anderson was preceded by another great flute player from America named Kirk Rowland. I think he was the one who brought that style of playing the flute to prominence in the mainstream. And I think Ian Anderson took that technique and enhanced it even further. Now, it's a different style of playing the flute. You're going to put your focus on the first and the second octave, and you really avoid the fingering of the third octave, which is different from its first and second counterparts. Now, and it's a different sound. It's kind of aggressive, breathy, and something that lends itself kind of suitable for playing rock and roll music. And let me show you what I mean by that. So, if you play something like an E in the first and the second octave, the fingering is exactly the same. It sounds something like this. The third octave. And I think some flutes, some more advanced flutes, not like this one. This is actually like an intermediate type flute. They have the split E mechanism that can actually facilitate playing the third E or third octave E, and makes it a little bit easier to play. Another, I guess, another note that's pretty hard to play in the flute is the, I think, F sharp at the third octave. That's another hard note to play. But let me play those two notes of the first and the second octave for E in the context of rock and roll and Jethro Tull. It sounds something like this. So what you're actually doing, you're trying to enhance the sound of a note, try to reinforce the note by singing through the flute and create that kind of aggressive sound. Now, if you play E in the third octave, it's just not going to work. It just doesn't sound right. So you want to put your focus on the first and the second octave fingerings. Now, the excerpt I'm going to play, it doesn't really conform to that style of flute playing, although it can have some elements of that. This is the very beginning of Cross-Eyed Mary off of the Aqualung album, and it's a trill. It's a very interesting trill from E to G. It goes something like this. That's a trill from E to G. Just a lovely, lovely piece of rock and roll flute playing. You can also, take it a step further and maybe enhance it and play in the context of rock and roll and make it sound more aggressive like this. Sounds more like Jethro Tull, although in Aqualung, I think at the beginning, he plays a bit more melodically. It doesn't sound as aggressive as what I just played. So, if you guys are interested in these kind of videos, please do let me know in the comment section. And leave me a comment, and I can maybe provide some lessons on how to play the flute. You can maybe do a little bit of flute, rock and roll flute solo actually. Let's see, from Cross-Eyed Mary to begin. The solo goes something like this. We can, go over all of that, or from My God, I think. something like that. Maybe we can play Locomotive Breath together too. So yeah, do let me know if you're interested in these kind of videos, and maybe I can make more of these. I'm by no means, a well-trained flute player. I'm mostly self-taught. I've had some lessons in the past, but mostly self-taught, especially when it comes to playing flute, rock and roll flute actually. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. And if you're interested, maybe we can do more of these flute lessons. So one thing I gotta say, if you're not familiar with the notation, so the trill from E to G actually is this. Maybe I can show it to you guys if I can get this to focus. Yeah, so what we're doing actually, this is an E, the first or the second octave E. And what we're going to do is lift these two fingers, right? And then, so it's E to G, and then it's D flat to E, and then go back to E flat, and then go to D. So you go back to E. But before you do that, you actually do like a fast playing of the notes. So you go to G, and then you go to A, and then you go to B, and then you go to C. Something like that. Yeah, so anyways, thank you very much. Hope to see you guys next time. Take care. Have a nice evening.